All right, let's go ahead and take a look at how you can earn your Office Mix badges. Now this video is going to be used for levels 1, level 2, and level 3. So you watch it on level 1, you should be able to do what you need to on level 2 and 3. We'll go ahead and link it in all three places so that you have access to it easily, but understand that it's the same video for all three levels, so there's no reason to watch it all three times unless you just need the added help. So let's look at within the level 1, level 2, and level 3 what our requirements are for Office Mix, and then we'll actually explain what it is that Mix is doing and kind of how to work with it. So looking at the level 1 badge, you can see that the point is to watch the introduction video that we're discussing and you're watching right now, and then you're going to summarize exactly what Office Mix can do and how you could use it in your classroom. Once you do that, you'll do that in a Word document, and then just go ahead and upload the Word document right here and click to claim the credit, and you'll be good to go. On level 2, again, level 2 is about you using it, and so you're going to create your first mix and share the link here as evidence. I'm going to show you here later in the video how you get that link and how to publish it and everything else. So your mix needs to be something that you would use in class, just understand that, and you do need to publish it. Now you can still keep it where the world doesn't see it in case you're worried about that, but obviously share things. I like the idea of having you guys share the amazing things that you're doing every day. Now level 3 gets into students using it. And so this is going to require student accounts, which will be coming shortly from the time we're making this video. And at that point, you're going to go ahead and have the students share a link with you, and you're just going to share that back with us so that we can see your students' work. We love seeing that, so you can share several of them if you want to, as many as Credly will allow you to upload. I don't want to see a whole class necessarily, but send us some of your best ones. Hopefully we can use them in later information that we share with teachers, especially as we get into level 4 and level 5 badges, because that's where we're going to take some of this stuff and really get powerful. Now, with all that in mind, let's take a look at what Office Mix is. Office Mix is an extension, an add-on to PowerPoint. Now, if you've already done the PowerPoint badge and you talked and looked at the differences between the PowerPoint Online and the PowerPoint Desktop, understand that Office Mix has to be installed on your computer, so you're going to have to get your campus tech to install it on your computer. Once it's installed on your computer, it runs in the desktop version of PowerPoint, not the online version. So if you're trying to work within the online version, this is not going to be there and none of this is possible. So this has to work in the desktop version. Now I've already installed Office Mix on mine, so you can see in the ribbon up here at the top, the last option for me is Office Mix, or it just says Mix there. Now, what Office Mix is it's your ability to do a voiceover or to create your videos, like flip videos and things, from a PowerPoint. So you have a PowerPoint with slides. What I'm doing right now is not a mix, but I'm going to show you the process. But I could go ahead and start with this knowledge construction piece and start doing a voiceover of that. Now, you also have the ability to put a picture-in-picture. So this is a great resource, especially if you're a PowerPoint user, for being able to go ahead and create some flip videos. And I'd highly recommend that you create a set of videos for your classes. It doesn't have to be every lesson that you do, and it doesn't even have to necessarily be something that's a PowerPoint you're using in class. But this would be a great way for you to share and build up a library of resources that your students that are absent, your students that are homebound, your parents that are trying to help their students with homework, they could use these things, and you're creating a wealth of information for students and parents. And in a perfect world, we'd even have you guys as a department, planning that, and each teacher takes on different roles and different tasks. But this is one of the simplest tools I can tell you to use to create videos, and especially if you're already a PowerPoint user and have a lot of PowerPoint slides set up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and come up here. I've got my PowerPoint slides open, and I'm going to click on the Mix tab there at the top. Now we're going to start by how we record this, and this is very simple. So I go all the way over here to the upper left-hand corner where it says Slide Recording, and I'm going to click on that. And after I click on that, it's going to go ahead and open up my PowerPoint within my Mix Studio. The Mix Studio is where I can actually record things. You'll notice at the very top, you've got a record and a stop button. So I get to the slide that I want to be on, and I can click on my next slide here, and I can scroll through all of the slides that I have in this PowerPoint presentation. Once I'm at the one that I want, all I have to do is hit record and start talking. When I'm done, I hit stop and stop talking. Now, once you're done with that, these buttons right here will light up. Now, I'm not going to create a video inside of a video here, although I guess I could. So let me go ahead and just start that. But I guess before I do, let me come over here and talk about this. If you want to see yourself, you can do a thumbnail of yourself or you can do a full screen. So you can actually have just where your face is talking to people within that. You just create a slide and you say on that slide you want to be full screen, and then you talk and you look into your camera. Now, this is set at no camera right now. I am on a laptop, so I'm going to click on that and I'm going to say I want to use my integrated camera. And hello, now you can see me over here in this corner. So you can have a thumbnail that's going to show up over here in one of the corners of your screen so that you can have that picture-in-picture and people can actually see you talking to them while they're going through the slides. You don't have to do that, but it is a nice feature, and sometimes your students feel a little bit more, it's like it's a little more personal video. Now, if I want to turn that off, I just go right back here and I toggle it off. And I can toggle it on and off in individual slides. So if I want to have my video or have me shown also on a certain slide, but maybe not on another one, then you can do things like that and just toggle it back and forth on each individual slide as you record. Now you'll notice right here that as I'm talking, my microphone that's built in to my laptop is already moving. So, or it's showing that it's moving here, and so I know that I'm getting a voice input on it. Now you can even do some inking things here, and if you're on a touch screen, it's really handy. You can write all over the screen. This is really a neat program. But once you're done, so I'm going to go ahead and up here now say I want to record this, and I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera on just for grins. We'll see how all this works within a video. So there I am. I'm going to start recording. And you notice that my slide here has the little bars around it, so I know that I'm recording on this. And you notice I don't see myself on the video. That's going to show up later in the final product. But I'm just going to talk about this slide, what is knowledge construction, and then when I'm done I hit stop. Now I recommend that you hit stop in between each one, because that way, now you notice that since I've actually recorded something, and I'm going to turn my camera off, you guys don't want to see me. But you notice here that my video part is up here now, and I can go ahead and preview the slide. And you notice that my slide here has the little bars around it, so I know that I'm recording on this. And you notice I don't see myself on the video. That's going to show up later in the final product. But I'm just going to talk about this slide, what is knowledge construction, and then when I'm done I hit stop. So I stopped reviewing that. If I didn't like it, as long as I'm recording one slide at a time, I can just hit delete the slide recording and start over. If I keep moving through the slides, again, I would recommend doing one at a time, but you can move through the slides too and then go back, and each one's going to give you a different, you can edit just certain slides, but it's kind of an all or nothing on that slide. So just be aware of that. So I like recording one slide at a time. So now I've got that one, I like it. I don't have to do anything to it. I just like that slide. So I'm going to go ahead and move on. So I go to my next slide, and then I would go ahead and start recording again. So I'd come up here, I'd hit record, and then I would talk about whatever I wanted to talk about with this slide. When I'm finished, I would hit stop. I'd move to the next slide. And I could go through and do the different things. Now, you notice my animations, I've got animations built in here, and those are not showing up as I click through the slides, okay? But when I go from this slide and then I actually hit the right arrow key, just like I would if I was progressing through the slides in a live slideshow, the other pieces do come in. Okay, so you can use animations, you just have to use your right and left arrow keys to progress and have those things pull out. But I would go ahead and record, so I could be recording and then bringing those animations in as I'm recording, if that makes sense. So I get to the end and I'm finished. Now this is what's kind of weird. I don't have to do anything. I don't save this, I don't do anything else to it. I just come up here in the upper right hand corner and I click close. Now once I've done that, the nice thing here is that is living within this PowerPoint slide. It's there. I don't have to do anything else to it. I just know that it's there, and until I'm ready to publish, that's all it is. It's just kind of hiding behind the scenes. When I'm ready, I'm going to go ahead and come up here and I'm going to say publish to Office 365 video. And so I do that. Now I can export the video if I wanted to, but the easier thing is, and we're going to make you do it this way to earn your badge, is by uploading it. Now you get a link and it's living out there in the Office Mix Gallery, and you can just get links and share it from the links. We don't have to worry about where you're storing that, whether or not it's going to show up or anything else. And so then I would walk through this process here. The wizard on the right side tells me everything I need to do. So I just say next. I go ahead and enter my credentials and I go through that process. I'm not going to do that with you because you can edit that stuff or put that stuff through and figure out the wizard that goes with it. Now, once you get all that done, you're going to have an Office Mix. Now, Once you go through the process of uploading it, you're going to go ahead at that point and type in mix.office.com and sign in. Now you sign in with the same Office credentials. This is also where you get Office Mix. So when you're ready to have somebody install it, you can go ahead and come over here and start that process, get it to the little box that pulls up their request for their credentials, let them put it in. It installs really quick after that. And so you can already have everything set up for your campus tech by just clicking this Get Office Mix. But I'm going to sign in right now. And I'm going to sign in with my work or school account because we have the work or school account. I can use a personal account if I wanted to. And then it comes in here, and then I've got my mixes. Now I'm not even getting into the full process here of what all is available to you because there's a ton of stuff. But the nice thing is you have an analytics feature. So you can see exactly how many visitors you've had, how many times they viewed it, how much time they've spent on your presentation. So as you have students using this and looking at your videos, you can get an idea of exactly what's going on with that. Now we notice we've had one visitor, and if I click over here on the More button of that, I can see that I'm the only one that's actually watched this video, and I've watched it 3 times, and I've only spent 51 seconds in it. But you can see now, once your students have accounts and they log into this stuff with or they find this and they log in with their school credentials, we're going to actually be able to track how much time your students have been on that. Again, that's horribly powerful for what you're trying to do if you're trying to actually have them watch flip videos. I'm not going to get as in-depth on all that as I can for this video, but I want you to get in there and start playing around with that and understand you have a heavy analytics piece here. Now you also have the ability to add questions into this, and so you can actually have the video stop and make them answer a question before you move on, and you can get information about that. To go ahead and actually earn the badge here, what you're going to need to do is go ahead and say Details, click on that, and you're going to take this link right here, and Control-C to copy it, and then you're going to go back to where you're trying to get the badge, which for level 1, obviously all you have to do is send the summary, but you go to level 2 and level 3 when you're uploading your own, and you're going to now go to the link here, and you're going to Control-V to get your link in there, say save the link, and then claim this credit. And we'll go ahead and get that information. We'll look at your Office Mix, and we'll get excited about the things that you're doing. We'll get even more excited when you see your students creating their own Office Mixes. Okay, look for more information on some of this down the road, but you're probably going to need to contact Brooke Dowdy or myself for some personal one-on-one training if you want more in-depth things or you have more in-depth questions. And obviously you can always search for your own information there. There's a wealth of knowledge out there. Just a matter of going and finding that and making sure that you're ready for it. Hopefully that helps you earn all 3 levels of the Office Mix badges. Thank you.